Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brian from NY Blade EDC, and today I'm reviewing the Slim Pickens from Alliance Designs. This thing is a chubby little bastard. Excuse that curse word. 3.25 inch blade, 5-inch handle for an overall of 8¼ inches. Thing's a little chubby thing. I just love the look of this knife. Like making fun of it. It's chubby like me. But alright, so this handle is titanium with this nice cool bead blasted bronze ano. It looks sick. Now you get a M390 blade. Before I forget, size comparison here. We have the Hogue Doug Ritter RSK, or the Benchmade Griptilian, if you prefer to call it that, because they're the same knife practically. Onto the Spyderco PM2. So let's line them up. Roughly the same length as the PM2, maybe slightly shorter for the Slim Pickens. Now the Microtech SOCOM Elite, which is a big boy. So that gives you a sense of how big and chubby this really is. Let's get them out of the way and back to this knife. So I was just sitting here and playing with this knife and just adore that sound that this thing makes. Oh my God, I can't get enough of it. It's just addictive. So let me get into my rating system so I can explain some things here. So the size, I gave you a 15 out of 20. So I love the size of this knife. So you get a 3¼ inch blade. That cutting edge is nice. Get a decent amount of cutting edge there for the blade length. And you got a 5-inch handle. So you get a full grip on this thing. You can choke up there. You can even choke up a little more. Get into there like that. And it's a very practical size. I mean, it's a large knife, which I forgot to tell you the weight on it, 6 ounces. Excuse me for that. So 6-ounce knife. But so it's a good size knife. It weighs a decent amount, but it's not like overbearing. In the pocket, I find it to be a little pocket dominating. You know, you put it in your pocket, and obviously you got this much in there that's taking up space. So it's a little tough to get your hand in there, especially when you have wide, fat hands like I do. So that's the one issue with it, and that's kind of why I reduced it. But size is a 15 out of 20. And now onto ergos. So the ergos, it feels nice in the hand back here, but the one complaint I have with the ergos is this clip. The end of that clip is actually sharp and produces a massive hot spot for me. So now how to avoid that, and what makes up for this, the rating on this, is the ability to choke up, and now it's comfortable. So that the edge of the clip there, it's not in the palm of my hand no more. So when you're down here, you feel it, and then you choke up there and no more. So that helped recover that for it. So I have a ergos rating of 13.5 out of 20 on that. So it's not bad. It's just that one thing. So choking up is better on this knife than sitting back in the normal grip. So onto fit and finish. So this is a Chinese made knife. I really went over this knife to find something, and I did find something, but it's very nitpicky. So the blade is perfectly centered on this thing. The grinds are beautiful and very even on both sides. All these screws are clean. There's no burrs on them. There's not really any milling to check out, but these chamfered edges are nice and clean. That back spacer fits in there flush all the way around. There's no spots where it kind of kicks out a little bit. But now, see how that sits nice and flush on that side all the way around? It's even spacing around there. Let me get my tweezers here. It fits tighter to the scale on this side than it does on this side. So that is something I noticed, but it took a long time to notice, so I had to go over this. So I didn't really remove points for that, but I put a fit and finish of 14.5 out of 20 because I said I didn't remove points, but I did. I think that's just me being nitpicky. I really have to be nitpicky for this review, you know? It's just how reviewers do it, right? So fit and finish, 14.5 out of 20. Could have been higher if I didn't take off maybe a half a point for that screw thing being off. But now onto the action. This thing is probably the most addictive knife to flip, and it's because of two things. One, it's a button lock flipper, and it's just smooth as heck. It's running on bearings. And two, just listen. I think that says enough for me. So this thing is on bearings, like I said. Flies open, drop shut. It makes that awesome sound, that quick, clack. Oh, click and clack. So this thing actually does have a very tiny flipper tab, as you can see there. So you have to actually light switch it. You cannot push button this one. This one actually will not do it. It actually hurts to do it if you get it, but light switching it, that was my fault. Light switch it and it flies out. So 18.5 out of 20. This thing's action is addictive. So on to price. This bad boy runs at $345. It's a Chinese made knife, premium materials. You get titanium and M390, cool action. I don't know. I'm one of those Chinese made is tough to spend a lot of money on. If this was $300, that extra $45 to me just really does it. I don't know if I'd ever buy this for that. $300 would be where I could see this knife at and justify it. So I give this a price of 11 out of 20. Just because Chinese made, you know, it's tough for me to justify it. If this was an American made knife, I'd pay $450 for it. I really would. It's just that good. So that's just the power of USA made stuff. So overall, if you add them up, you get a 72.5 out of 100. I recommend this 2 thumbs up if you can get past that Chinese made thing. If not, then I guess this isn't one you're gonna try out. But if you have the chance to check it out, do it. Give it a chance. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you're not subbed, please do so. Leave a like or a comment. I have to thank again my friend Keith for helping me out and allowing me to review this knife. Give him some love on Instagram. Go follow him. And thank you guys for watching and have a great day.